몸을 떠나갈 거야 right now 영앤 free 두려울 건 없잖아.
Hi, we're here to do the yearly recap video of everything bought in 2020, and I'm sure it's gonna be more than last year, which was a lot. I think in the video I said I had bought in 133 albums. I'm pretty sure it's more this year. You know what? It is what it is. No, but yeah, whatever. We're just gonna start, like, get a snack or something because she's the long one. And we're gonna start like last year with the American music. Yeah, so we're gonna start with the vinyls first because there's actually a significant amount of records that were bought this year. Not all of them are new. There's actually only one that's even like less than 30 years old. Yeah. The records I buy are the ones that I find for cheap, aka less than $5 a piece, because records are expensive and I don't spend a lot of money on them. So here we go. First up, Minnie Riperton's Perfect Angel. You would have known her for the song, if you know any of her songs, it's for the Loving You, that one, you know. And then we have Neil Diamond's Heartlight. If I ever find the vinyl that has Sweet Caroline on it, that would be a snatch. That's cheap because, you know, I'm a cheap bitch, stingy-o, 50 cents, you know. And then we have Barbara Streisand's The Way We Were. Obviously, this was bought for The Way We Were. And then we have The Carpenters' Close to You. Yes. A lot of these are like 50 cents. We have the Yentl soundtrack, 50 cents. As you can tell, I'm a fan of Barbra Streisand. And then we have The Best of Judy Garland. Okay, this one was like $6, but you know, less than 10, I still would consider. It has a lot of good ones, you know. Great 2-disc. And then we have Diana Ross, Surrender. And then we have this one, which I bought brand new, so it was a little expensive. It was over 20. The Shangri-Las, Leader of the Pack. They're a girl group from the 60s. I really am into that girl group sound from the 60s, 50s and stuff. So I had to buy it. The record is real cute. It is hot pink, baby. The main songs that they are known for is Leader of the Pack, Remember, Walking in the Sands, and also Give Him a Great Big Kiss.
Tell him that I love him, tell him that I care, tell him that I'll always be there.
And then this was a birthday gift from Brandon, and it's immaculate. It's everything, because this album is iconic, it's raunchy, it's raw, it's nasty. Like, y'all want to know where we got the WAPs from? We got the WAPs from the girls that was doing it in the past. And one of the girls that was really doing it in the past, for all y'all, is Little Kim. And this is her debut album, Hardcore. I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips to the shit. Handled like a real bitch. Heather Hunter, Janet Jackson, taking in the bun. Yeah, it's lit. I got mans in Switzerland. Bahamas in the spring. Baby, it's a big mama thing. Can't tell by the diamonds in my rings. That's how many times I want to come. 21. And another one, and another one, and another one. Sorry. As you can tell, I'm a stand for the album. No Time, Big Mama Thing, Spend a Little Dough, Crush on You. I'm only annoyed, though, that the Crush on You remix that we on, though, you know, where she actually has a verse, is not on the album. This is the one that's, like, predominantly Lil C's. You know, he's a slut, he's a hoe, he's a freak. Got a different girl a day of the week. Queen Bitch. That is iconic. Y'all know. That's iconic. Dreams. That's her take on Dreams by Notorious B.I.G. Hers is Dreams of Fucking an R&B Dick. We Don't Need It. Not Tonight. Not Tonight. There's a ladies remix version. That's the one we on now, you know. But this is the regular. This is the original. But it's that bad bitch. You can't be nothing but a bad bitch if you're gonna be posing on a polar bear skin rug with the lacy gold. Like, that's everything. So for all y'all who don't know where the girls come from the past, and the girls got the style. A lot of input from Lil' Kim. Like Lil' Kim for life. Like Lil' Kim. I'm a stan of Lil' Kim, okay? So that's that. And then we move on to the CDs. So let's get on to the CDs, please. So they're all out of order. I just had to shift through my CD boxes to find them. So here we go. I'm sorry, this is already long as shit. Ashanti. This is her first album. The one with Foolish. Yes. And then we have Tweets, It's Me Again. This is the second album. And then we have Mariah Carey's Rainbow. And Brandy's Full Moon. And then we have some Britney Spears, Femme Fatale. Really love this one. And then we have Mariah Carey's Emotions. And then we have Brandy's Never Say Never. And then we have Taylor Swift's Fearless. This is the platinum version because, you know, 19 songs. And then we have Whitney Houston's Whitney Houston. Oh. And then we have Ashanti Chapter 2, baby. And then we have Jhené Aiko's, is that how you, I still don't remember how you say your last name. It is what it is. You know, all with love, all with love. Peace and love, peace and love. Chilumbo. And then we have Britney Spears, Baby One More Time. Norah Jones, Feels Like Home. Mary J. Blige, Love and Life. Obviously, not my favorite Mary J. Blige album, but I had to get it because I'm trying to collect. Then we have Justin Timberlake's The 2020 Experience. Part 1. Part 2, we don't know her. Toni Braxton's first album, Toni Braxton. Legendary, iconic shit. Sigrid's Sucker Punch. One of my favorite albums that was released last year, you know. Then we have Taylor Swift's Speak Now, my second favorite Taylor Swift album. Britney Spears, In the Zone. Janis Joplin's I Got Them Old Cosmic Blues Again, mama. This has my favorite Janis Joplin song on it of all time. It's called Maybe. Get into the vibes, get into the gig. Then we have Toni Braxton's Secrets. Unbreak my heart. Yes. And then we have Casey Musgraves, Same Trailer, Different Park. I Just Need Pageant Material. And then, you know, whenever you're ready to give us that fourth album, you know, when you're off your Christmas, you know, I'm waiting, girl. We waiting. Then we have Halsey's Manic. Really good. Mariah Carey's Butterfly. Spread Your Wings. Yes. And then we have Ashanti's Concrete Rose. Janet Jackson's Damita Joe. I need to stop listening to just 20-year-old because that's getting me clowned by my friends because that's apparently like one of her worst albums, but I really like it. Ooh. But I also am getting more into the Janet discography. So, you know, I have more faves than just 20 years old now. So, you know. Then we have Rihanna, Good Girl Gone Bad, Reloaded. And then we have Something About You Makes Me Feel Like a Dangerous Woman, Ariana Grande, period. And then we have Positions, Fuck Me Till the Daylight. And then we have En Vogue's Born to Sing. Oops, sorry. Selena Gomez Revival. This is the one that has all 16 songs because I was not going to get any other version if it didn't have Cologne on it. Because the deluxe goes up to pretty much perfect. And that's cute. But I need my Cologne. And then we have Mary J. Blige, Strength of a Woman, Target bonus tracks. Cool. I bought this at Rasputin's. It was brand freaking new. It cost me $3. I don't know if they realized that it was new, but they were selling it for used. But I said, hey, it's mine. And then we have Carly Rae Jepsen's Emotion. This album is a pop Bible. It's a pop masterpiece of the 2010s. Get into the vibes, get into the gigs, because I'm not going to continue to tell y'all to get into the vibes and get into the gigs, because the vibes, y'all have to get into the girl, because this is that shit. If you only know her for Call Me Maybe, you're doing yourself a disservice, because this album is one of the best pop albums of the 2010s. I don't tell lies when it comes to this album. I only speak the facts. And then we have Jhené Aiko Sold Out. I finally got a copy. And it had to be, of course, the deluxe, because I need all the songs, because that's what I listen to. That's what I like. And then we have Katy Perry's Smile. I liked it. Avril Lavigne's Let Go. Good. My second favorite Janet Jackson album, the Janet album. And then we have Some Charm Bracelet, you know, had to get it for collection purposes. All For You, Janet Jackson. Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson. The Velvet Rope, Janet Jackson. Norah Jones, Come Away With Me. Love that. This is J-Lo. This Is Me Then. Y'all know Jenny from the Block. All I Have. Then we have Music Box by Mariah. And then we have Circus by Britney Spears. And Southern Hummingbird by Tweets. Oh, so good. Oops. Oh my. And then we have Mary J. Blige, Share My World. So good. Y'all know. Well, if you don't know, you better know. Then we have Whitney Houston's Your Baby Tonight. And then we have Lil Mo, Meet the Girl Next Door. And then we have Janis Joplin's Pearl. Really good as well. Whitney Houston's Whitney. I wanna dance with somebody. And then we have What's the 411, Mary J. Blige. And then we have Blue, Leanne Rimes, Blue. I am really into the country. Like, yeah, I'm really into it because of Casey Musgraves. She really turned me into a country fan. But it's country pop. But I really somehow really liked this album. It's not really country pop. Because there's some very yeehaw type of tunes, like Cattle Call. But I really love it. Like, yeah, girl, she was yodeling. And I was here for it. Selena Gomez, Rare. This was the first album that I bought in 2020 that was American. Yeah. I'm a little upset, though, that we can't get a regular CD printing of an American Press of the deluxe that has Boyfriend and Souvenir. That's a Japanese version, and it costs like $40 on the eBay. And I said, are you kidding me, Selena? Selena! Girl, Souvenir is that stuff. Is that stuff. I'm so upset. Though this is a deluxe Target version, but it's not with those songs. It's with the song she had released before the album. Fetish, It Ain't Me, Back to You, Wolves. Like, yeah, y'all know, yeah. Okay, that was cute for the times back then, but girl, we was all about that Souvenir. Now, I want a boyfriend, but I just keep hitting dead ends. Like, duh. And then my favorite album of 2020 for the Americans that was singing in English is Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia. This album, I feel like it's gonna stand the test of time. I feel like this year the album was hitting just where it needed to be hitting. And I feel like when it comes time to make the 2020s albums like list, she better be included, because this is pop perfection. Levitating. That's my favorite song. So that is all the American albums. And now we're going to move on to the K-pop, which is where it's going to be the real meat and potatoes, and it's going to be long. This is already almost 15 minutes. That hoe is going to be probably like a good 30 at least. Hopefully the lighting is good enough. We'll see. Okay, so we're on to the K-pop albums. Not everything was released in 2020. I bought some stuff that was released in past years. Cool beans. And we're just starting with that big brown one. I took off some of the albums on the shelves. We're doing it in batches. Okay. So first up, we have SHINee's Married to the Music. This is the repackage of Odd. I've wanted this for a while. I loved Odd and I loved the repackage, but I never got around to buying it, so I finally bought this. As actually, I was buying some Animal Crossing cards on eBay, and I forgot that I had accidentally put this in my cart. So I wasn't buying Animal Crossing cards. I was buying treasure photo cards, and I forgot that this was in my cart, so I pressed purchase, and I was like, oh no. And then I couldn't cancel the order because the company, the eBay seller, already made the tracking label and everything in like the span of less than an hour. So I was like, and then when I finally got it, I was like, you know what? It's mine. I guess it was meant to be. So opened the plastic, looked at the photo card, got Minho, and the rest is history. Next up, we have Oh My Girl's mini album. What are you called? I think it's just called Remember Me. Is that the name of the album? Right? It's called Remember Me. So good. So interesting with the production. So I had to buy it. And then I also was getting into Everglow this year, so we bought some Everglow. We have their first mini album, Reminiscence. I'm really digging Everglow. And then we have Hush. So all I'm missing is Arrival of Everglow. And then we have their Numbers album, which I don't know the name of because I've never heard anyone pronounce it. And then boy group Rookies. This is my like second favorite rookie group of this year, after one that you'll see later on. But it's We.I and their first album, Identity First Sight. Super into them. I think I'm on the train to buying the albums from here on till now. So from here on until the future. Okay, and then I was also into some N.Flying more this year because I was like really digging it. So we bought a few N.Flying albums. So we have their fourth mini album, How Are You Today? So fantastic. And then we have Spring Memories. This is their like N.Flying projects, Fly High project number 3. It's the mini album. Not a huge fan of their packaging. It's a lot of paper booklet styles. It's not my fave, but you know. Then we have Yahoo, which is also really great. Oh my goodness. For me, N.Flying, it's like the first song on the album and then their last song on the album are like the best ones for me. Especially with like this one. It was Good Bomb and then Sunset, and then this one it's How Are You Today, and then it's No Nanan, like yes. And then we have their album they released this year, which is So Communication. So good as well. And again, Ajin Chayo and then Yayo. Something about the last song always hitting. And moving on with FNC Groups, we expanded the SF9 collection just a little bit. So I bought Knights of the Sun, which is the one that has O Sole Mio. I love the album packaging. I think it's so pretty. And then we have their 6th mini album. It's Narcissus. My friend was at a K-pop store that had a whole bunch of albums, and I told her to buy this one and I would pay her back, and she also bought me another one, which was like the main purpose of her checking out all the stores. It's a story. We'll get to that. And then we have their first full-length album, First Collection. Gold rated version. Rowan. I got Zuho. That's what was banging around in here. Oh my gosh. So, tangent real quick. We're watching Signal, which was made in 2016. And Chani plays the older brother of the main character in the flashback scenes. Baby, this drama is like really intense. But it's so good. So if you want a good K-drama that's like full of action and like dramatics, Signal is the one for you. And then we have their other album from this year. Well, there was 3, but I didn't get around to buying the single album, we'll get to it though. We have Glorious. This is the version K-Town For You sent me. I like the other version as well. I like this version too. The legs are tall, the legs are spread, the hand is there. Yeah, sure. He's also going to be in a new drama soon. And then we have some Weekly, my favorite girl group rookies of this year. So we have their first mini album, We Are. And then I did a Secret Santa exchange with a few of my friends. And the album I got was We Can, their second mini album. Love Weekly. And then we have Jin Hyuk's mini album, Splash. Really was digging it. I was not really a huge fan of his single album that he released. But I really liked Bedlam, and I really liked the rest of this album. And then we have Super M's first full-length album, Super One. So I bought the Target exclusive. There's the sticker. Really great album. I really enjoyed it. And then I also bought the Mark, Lucas, and Baekhyun subunit version. I really like the album. I love all of the English songs, you know, I really appreciate it. And I like, hold on me, that's still the girl, that's still the vibe. And then we have my Produce 101 Season 2 post 101 solos, because when does 101 never stop affecting my life? You know, so we have Ha Sung-woon's Twilight Zone mini album, so good. I'm still really wanting his second mini album and then the new one that he released later this year. Oh my gosh, so good. And then we have AB6. Something is clunking in here too. And this is their second mini album, Vivid. Oh my gosh, I love it. Finally, Ong Somu, Music Man, he made a debut and it was flawless. It was fantastic and it is layers. The only issue is there was no photo card if you didn't get the first prize. Like, what am I gonna do with this little raggedy card they gave me? The fuck? This thing? What is this? You know? But it is what it is. The photo book is thick. The album is heavy. Great ass songs. I've been waiting for him to do a solo album because I felt like he was the one that was like the whole package, dancing and singing, and he really delivered. And then we have Kong Daniel with his album Cyan. So good. I love it. To You and Adulthood are like so good. And then we have his second mini album, Magenta. And this was also really great. Flash, Waves, Movie. Enough said. And then we have Monsta X. So we have their English album first. So the member covers that I got were Shonu and Kihyun of They're All About Love. You know, America, they don't understand. The covers may be different, but the photo books deserve to be the same. You know, I don't think so. That's tacky. But it is what it is. Not really. And then I just chose a random version of this. You're not missing much because all the versions, the photo books are the same. It is what it is. And then I bought the second album, Take One, Are You There? So this is the Shootout album. And I bought this at the CD store that I bought all of my American CDs from that are like the used old ones and the records. And they had it, and it's version 1, and I decided to buy it. And it was the American pressing, so I got like all of that good stuff, and it was really cool. And then we have Mr. Wonho, Love Synonym, Right For Me. Let's just say we had to buy all 3 copies. Yeah. The Space Astronaut food packaging. I really am over the bag trend. It has to go. And then we have Monsta X's Fantasia X albums. I just need to buy a copy of their latest one, Fatal Love. We'll get to it. For Monsta X, it's usually me buying just 1 version, you know, 2 if I'm feeling a little jazzy. So we'll see, but these are both random. I bought one from K-Town For You, which I think was version 4 they sent me, and then I bought the American press with the off of Amazon, and I got the sandals in the pastel suits. Don't they look so cute? version 3. So that is what I got for Monsta X. And I'm gonna get more albums off the shelves and put these back. Putting them back is like the hard part. Okay, so now we're gonna start with the KR&B albums and hip hop. So first off, we have Shit K's Headliner. Haven't bought a Shit K album before this. They're always out of print and I've waited too long. The only one I really want though is Boy Cold. I really like that album. It was really good. But I bought Headliner. I enjoyed it. Auto-tuned a little too much, but I thought the songs were catchy, you know? And then we have PH1's X, the worst mixtape with some of the best peers. PH1 has definitely solidified himself as my favorite Korean rapper that's not in a K-pop group. I just really love him. And I love the music. I love the sounds. And then I found a new favorite this year, which is Jung Jinwoo. So we have In My Room and we have Rotate. His voice is so amazing. And it doesn't hurt that he's quite attractive in my opinion, you know? Yes, it's about the music, but you know what? If you look good doing it, that's just an added perk. He also looks really cute in this too, like this man. He could get it. And then we have Crush. They restocked Crush on You. So I bought my copy of Crush on You. Really love his music. She's not really KR&B or K-hip-hop, but it's where my solo albums are. So it's Yoonha, Unstable Mindset, Dark Cloud, hands down, one of the most vocally impressive songs of this year. The facts. And then Sejong released a mini album this year, and it's called Hwabun Plant. Sejong is one of my favorite females in the K-pops, Jellyfish. And then lastly, we have DPR Lives. Is anybody out there? Y'all know we ain't never gonna get no reprints of his first 2 albums, but I was able to be a part of the trend and get my copy of his Is Anybody Out There. Although I bought a spare, you know. So one I opened to play and the other one I've sealed. It's never been opened, so you know. One day if I have to sell something, you know, we'll put it on the market, you know. Okay, not that I really want to, but we'll see. Desperate times call for desperate measures if you're in that position. So we have Very Very's Variable. This is their second mini album. This is my favorite mini album from them because Love Line and Najibe Kaji Anile from All I Do. That song is so good. And then we have Winner's third full-length album, Remember. I like Winner's music. I really enjoy it. Each time they come back, I always kind of like it. Except So was just subpar. But everything else has been pretty good for me. Pretty solid. So there's that. And then we have Icon's mini album, third mini album, I Decide. Look at the green. It's cute. Why is my slip paper thing twisted? Are you kidding me? Whatever. So I got whatever version this was, the greenish one. Really good. I like Icon as well. And then we have Golden Child's first album. This is just the normal edition, not the repackaged, not the special edition of Reboot. This was their transition into the dark and the mature and the sexy. And it's a big ass album. I got Jaehyun's little picture, and it came with like a calendar that I never hung up because you know, it's a really nice album packaging though. This was also in the same album batch with the Very Very album. This thing is humongous. Golden Child with their huge packaging. They live. Except for Pump It Up. That thing is small as shit. Ooh. And then we have some Blackpink in their areas. And we have Kill This Love. So for Blackpink, I just want like one version of each, but there was a sale at Target, so I ended up with 2 copies of the album. So I went to Target one day to buy the TXT albums because they finally were going to be sold at Target on the Friday. And I wasn't planning on getting I was like, we'll see what they have. They had 2 of the 3 versions, so I bought 2 of the 3 versions. But then it was a buy 2 get 1 free. And I didn't need another copy of NCT's anything because I had a lot. So I decided to just pick up another copy of the album because why not? Get that shit for free. That's for me. And then this was the first copy I bought. Obviously, if it's holographic and it's rainbow, that's gay. I live. No, that's not why. I just thought it was the prettiest. But I will say in terms of photos, not my favorite concept. There's a lot of orange in here for this version, and I'm not too hot on orange. But the other version that I got as the free copy, I love it. It's very pretty. It's like very simple backgrounds, wind in the hair, the bangs for days, you know, cute. And now we move on to the Twice, because Twice is life. So slowly but surely, I'm buying every single version of Twice's albums because they are my favorite girl group, and I feel like I have to have at least one girl group where I splurge on them like I do the boys. So we're slowly getting there. It's gonna take forever. I already know because they keep releasing new shit, but every new album, I'm on top of it now. Every single version, I'm like, what? No answers. No questions. So we have Twice Coaster Lane 1. It's hard though because either the sites don't give me the choice of choosing or I can choose, but then they're sold out. So I have to go to eBay, and you know, I'm not really a big fan on eBay, but it is what it is. And I bought the other 2 copies of Fancy You because Fancy You is amazing. I mean, all of Twice's music is amazing, but I'm biased. Yeah. And then we have their 9th mini album. Holy shit. More and More. So I got all 3 copies. This was a part of my birthday gift from my mom this year. Love them. So ever since Feel Special, that was when I decided. Yeah, Feel Special. Ever since Feel Special, I decided I was going to buy all the versions of Twice. You know, that's a little expensive, but you know, we gotta do for the girls. But yeah, so I've slowly been playing catch up. So completed sets are More and More, Fancy You, Feel Special, Yes or Yes, Twice Coaster Lane 1. The list is small, but you know, it's impressive because we're still working on it. And then of course, their latest and greatest, Eyes Wide Open. So we got all 3 versions. This was also a Christmas, well, 2 of the versions were a Christmas gift from my mom, and then I had to buy the other one off of eBay because K Time For You was sold out of it. I was like, ew, don't do that, K Time For You. But yeah, so we got Eyes Wide Open. It's flawless, it's fantastic, it's that girl. I really love the album, y'all. It's so good, it's so good. And it was well deserved because we've been waiting for a Twice full-length album since Twiceagram for 3 years now. We have a few OSTs. Love OST. So it's not going so well, but you know, it's low priorities. But I kind of want to buy the OSTs for all the dramas that I really, really, really like. So Goblin, we finally got the OST. It's amazing. Goblin is a legendary, it's iconic. And the OST matches. And then one of my favorite dramas of this year, I think it is my favorite drama of this year, probably, but it's okay not to be okay. Cycle Jimon Gunchana, Kim Soo-hyun, the long-awaited return. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. The drama, the tears, the acting, like, they were the stars, but low-key, let's be honest, the older brother, he was the real star of the show. He was like the best actor. The role he played was so amazing. He really did the dang thing. Okay. If you watch it, you'll definitely understand. But I am a stan of Kim Soo-hyun. I love him. After Lee Jong-suk and Nam Joo-hyuk, Kim Soo-hyun, that's the list. That's the bias list in the actor world. And then this drama, second favorite by far, but favorite OST this year, it goes to Crash Landing on You. Y'all, this drama was so good as well. And the soundtrack, top tier, baby. When you watch these like main dramas, the mainstream dramas, y'all, we see the singers that always are doing the OST, the Yoonmi Rays, the Davichis, the Crush, well, not anymore because he's going to the military, the Baekhyun's, the Kim Jae-hwan's, 10 centimeters, you know, and my girl, IU, she did a song for the OST, and you know, that's major because she hasn't done one in a hot minute. And I'm just like, okay, but you know what? You gave us a little snippet of a song in the Hotel de Luna, and then you never released it as a real song. Not even like a bonus song on your Love Poem album. What's good? Really, IU? It wasn't even on the soundtrack. That's messed up. Oh, but she finally said, okay, I got you with the OST this year. Let me top the charts once again with the OST because I'm that bitch. That's the facts. We have a few girl group albums. So we have Itzy's It's Me, and this was like the pre-order. Their little book in Paris. Still need to get Not Shy. I will be honest though, I didn't really care for that album as much as I liked the It's Me album. I'm just, it's okay, so it's okay. Then this was my birthday gift from Jade. Well, actually one of two, because she also sent something else in the package. But we have Blackpink's Look. This is their obligatory comeback for this year. I feel like they're such a senior group now in terms of the K-pop world that they only really give us one comeback and then they're like, okay, cool, see ya till next year. But you know, Blackpink, they don't miss. I mean, they had a little blip with that Pink Memory album. I forget. I mean, okay, I don't hate it as much as I did when it first came out. Scandalous thoughts, but I really was let down because they was coming off of some high, heavy hitting songs, like the hits, man. They no, Mr. Chu, Love, and then they came out with Remember, and I was like, it's good, but it's not one of them. It's not one of the trinity of Blackpink singles, you know? But it was a little blip. It was a little bump in the road for me and Blackpink. But then they came back with Only You. I think that was what was next. And that one was amazing. Love Only You. My bangs don't know what it wants to do. Whatever. Okay. And then it was I'm So Sick. And of course, that's the song she about. And then Dum Da Dum. The album is really good. I just Blackpink, always amazing. And then I bought this album, iKON's Return. What's the story behind this? The story was I got enough points on Music Plus that I got a $5 coupon. So I finally bought this. iKON, they came out strong with Love Scenario in 2018, and then the other releases after that I really wasn't feeling. Killing Me, it was okay. I don't remember the other one. Goodbye Road, Flower Children, whatever. And then I'm Okay. Let's just say they came out with the strongest first. That kind of probably set my expectations too high. So I didn't feel the need to buy the repackage because I really only like the I'm Okay. I mean, the Return album. I don't care for the rest. Sorry, iKON. And then we have this Japanese member single cover thing of Sungyoon from Winter. It's their Everyday. So it has some of the songs off of their second full-length album, Everyday. which I need to get a copy of that because that album is really good as well. Then we have Gravity with their album Hideout Season 1, Remember Who We Are. Look at the cover. You'll understand why it shows this version out of all of them because, you know, I love the perps. That sounds like a disease. I'm sorry. And then these were all on my little small cubicle shelf. And then I got the other albums from the other cubicle shelf. So it's Red Velvet. And this stems back from last year. Christmas, me and Jade, we did a little gift exchange. Send us a few albums. So this is one of them. You'll see the other one later. But it is Red Velvet's The Rebe Festival Finale. This album is the quote-unquote full length, I guess. I mean, it's 16 songs because they included 4 new ones. And then all of the songs from day 1 and day 2. See, they did it right. They saved the best for last. You know, Psycho. Ooh, such a bop. And then we have the Irene and Solgi Sub-Unit. And it's really good. This sort of held the gap we missed because of Wendy's injury due to the negligence of the award show production. Shame on you. Safety. Safety first! Okay? Okay. And then we move on to the boys. Say it for the boys. We have their first full-length album, Reveal. So I went ahead and I'm not doing this anymore for the boys. I'm sorry. Love y'all though. I have stopped buying all the versions. This was the last hurrah. So I bought all the versions of Reveal. They have wild ass names that I don't remember. It's like Wolf Moon, Dog Moon, whatever, you know. But I bought all the versions and love them. And then we have their other album that they released this year, Chase. I bought the Trick version because the concept is my jam. It's black and pink, and look at, I got Kevin's thing, but I love the concept of this. Juyeon, right off the bat, he definitely was a huge bias wrecker this year for multiple reasons. So he's up there. He's definitely the second fave. Juyeon. Hey, Juyeon. But then there's Kevin. Can't nobody replace Kevin. He is still the man. But Q is my second favorite in the boys. But he's having some stiff comp because of Jiyeon. But look at Q. And then of course we have to go to Younghoon. He's the one that has my Korean name. I mean, not that I use it, but cool. There's a Younghoon in K-pop, man. Damn, where he at? Younghoon. He's gorgeous, though. Ever since we saw him in the IOI What a Man music video, I was like, who's that man? And then we're like, it's Younghoon. He's a trainee on Cricker Entertainment. Stay tuned, because he's coming. And I was like, ooh, okay, period. And then he came. And he's beautiful. That sounded a little inappropriate, but don't be thinking that thoughts, okay? You know, I need to be on myself. So don't be thinking them thoughts. I don't know what type of K-pop fan I am. Do I get raunchy? Yes, I do. Do I take it seriously? Hell to the motherfucking no, because, you know, I would never be able to get with one of these peoples. No. I mean, never say never, but you know. That's, like, stupid. Like, don't ever think that you ever have a shot, because you probably don't, more often than not. And if you did, then you're lucky. But that's it. Like, no one's aspiring. I mean, is someone, like, really, like, that K-pop groupie hoe? Like, it's fun to be a little spicy, you know? New outfit, new day. Yeah, it's taking me quite a while to film this. This group is the group that I bought the second most things from. It's NCT. So, first off, we have their Neo Zone album. This is just the regular, so I have 3 copies. Yes, I did rip out a postcard from the postcard booklet. so I could put my mans on the fronts. I'm not selling them, so there's that. And then they released the T version of Neozone, which is this gigantic magazine book thing. So I bought that. NTT, taking all of my money, one comeback at a time. So then we have the repackage of Neozone, the final round. So I bought 2 copies from K-Town For You. And then, no, I bought 1 copy from K-Town For You. The other copy was sold out, so I bought it off of Choice Music when I bought some Twice albums. And then I bought 2 more copies at a Target because I'm trash. And then we have NCT Dream's Reload album. This is one of my favorite albums of the year. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's fantastic. Love them. And then we have the Resonance Part 1 albums. So I bought 2 copies from Target. This is the last time this album that I decided to buy 2 copies from K-Town For You and 2 copies from Target. I said, that's a little extreme. I need to stop doing that. So Resonance Part 1 is the end of that ordeal, okay? And then we have the other 2 copies from K-Town For You. So I went a little crazy. And then we have Resonance Part 2. I just bought 2 copies from Target. That is it. That is all. They won't get any more out of me. NCT, taking my money. 1 comeback at a time. But I did get those for Christmas because I got some moolah for Christmas. Okay. And then we have Got7 is as under in the next stack of things. I bought the other 2 copies of Spinning Top between Security and Insecurity. They were very cheap on eBay. Like, I paid $20 for both of them. They didn't come with any photo cards. That's fine. But the dust jackets matched the men. So I got Jin Young. And then I got JB and the other one. My original copy, I think it was Mark and Young J, I want to say. Anyways, yeah. And then we have the 2 photo book pre-order freebie things from You Call My Name and Die. And here is the version of You Call My Name that I got. There's 4, right? So this was the second part of my Christmas gift from Jade from 2019. So it was the Red Velvet album and this one. Because my list was so lengthy that year. We were like, let's do a gift exchange because that's how we do it. She sent a lengthy list and I sent her a list of 2 albums. And she basically was like, okay, well, and we'll just buy each other 2 albums. And then here is my copy of Die. This is version 2. It was sent random from K-Town For You, I want to say. Yeah, K-Town For You. Pretty much after COVID got really tacky and terrible in the United States, I switched to K-Town For You because the warehouses in LA for Choice Music and Music Plaza kind of shut down, and then they kind of reopened, but they were going really slow. So I switched over to K-Town For You. That's what I've been using since then. So yeah. K-Town For You, I haven't had a lot of difficulties with for the most part. Sometimes it does take them a little long to ship out the albums. Aho is still waiting on Kai's albums, but we'll get those when we get those. And then we have Got7's mini album Eyes on You. And then I have 2 copies of Breath of Love Last Piece. So this was my original copy from Sub K Shop. The sticker ripped the plastic, so I had to throw that away. Upsetting. But then I bought this copy off of eBay. It's of Jin Young. This was actually my first time buying from K-Pop Market 01, I think. Yeah, I think so. So I got Jin Young. And then we have a Got7 photo book. So if you didn't know, my bias in Got7 is Jin Young. So I bought his Here photo book in Taipei because Jin Young, Park Jin Young, love you. He's just everything. and a bag of chips. And now we move on to my favorite rookie boy group of this year. Sorry, if I say this year, you know, I mean 2020. Okay, it's Treasure. Speaking of Treasure Effect, the first one like that, is coming out within a few weeks. Y'all already know I bought my copies. Period. Okay, so we have my 2 extra copies for each of the first 2 singles. So chapter 1 and chapter 2. So have 2 copies. 2 copies. And then here are my other 2 copies of chapter 1. So I keep these ones like separated from those 4 because I'm making the diamond that they wanted us to make with them. And then here are the other 2 copies of chapter 2. And shockingly enough, I only bought 2 copies of chapter 3, which probably was why Acai didn't show up at all in the albums, because he was like, you only bought 2 copies, so oops, oh well. But here are the 2 copies of chapter 3. I'm pretty sure that I'm done buying 4 copies because I was like getting a little crazy with Treasure, but you know, I really love them. I'm so excited. The first one with the album, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be everything. The concept trailer alone, so good. And then we move on to Stray Kids. So I have the limited version and then a regular version of Yellowwood. So remember the very, very Golden Child album? This was also in that package. I'm sure there was one more album. It's escaping me. So whoever you are, you were solid. Right? There was 3 or was there 4? I think there was 4. So then we have their Go Live album. So I bought a random copy off of K-Town for You. And they sent me this version. And then I chose this version from M-Wave for the signed album. Didn't know that I was gonna, it would be my luck that I would get the same version I bought off of M-Wave from K-Town for You randomly. But for the M-Wave, we got Sungmin signature. So this is my first Stray Kids signed M-Wave album. And it looks like I got a good enough copy where he wasn't so tired from signing a million albums that his signature is like really crisp. So thanks, Sungmin. We love. And then I also bought the special edition of the Stray Kids album. So I don't know what I really want to do with Stray Kids. If I want to buy all the versions, it's a little excessive because there's like 3 for each release. And then there's like, but I do know for a fact that if there's a special edition, I'm buying the special edition as like the main priority. So then we have the special edition of In Life, the repackage. Super cool and awesome. And now we're moving on to the big hit groups. So first up, we have the Dream Chapter Eternity from TXT. This is technically the last time I decided to buy all the versions. It just so happened when I went to Target to buy Minisode Blue Hour, they had 2 different versions and there was that buy 2 get 1 free thing. So that's why I have 2 copies of this. But Dream Chapter Eternity marked the end of me buying all the versions of TXT. Not because I love them any less, just because priorities, you know? And then we have both versions of Enhypen's debut album, Border Day 1, Dusk and Dawn versions. Enhypen after Treasure and WeI is like my other favorite rookie boy group of the year. I really didn't expect to have 3 boy groups that I would fall in love with, but this year they said we're here. And then I bought the other 3 copies used off of eBay of the Love Yourself tier albums, so the YUR versions. Here's what it is. And then I have the other 2 copies of Love Yourself Answer. So this is the S and the L. And then we have the reprint version of School Love Affair, the special edition. It's really pretty. And we have my 2 copies, version 1 and version 4 of Map of the Soul 7. These things are huge, like super tall, super big. Also, it's getting a little dirty. Whatever. White albums, man. And then we have B. they took the joy out of the photo card randomness though. I don't know how I really feel about that, because we got every member's photo card, which is cool in a sense, but also it's kind of like, oh man, so there's no element of surprise. It's just, you get everybody. So that was that. So that is that stack of albums. Also, real quick with the NCT, I forgot to mention, I got a copy of My First and Last. Well, the first. When this came out originally, I just didn't have the time to buy it, so I finally snagged a copy. And it's fantastic, because that album is kind of hard to find now, so had to snatch as soon as I found it. So, originally with Victon, I had planned on buying all 3 versions of Continuous. But then I saw the unboxing the day it was released, and it was the same photo book, so I said, cancel that order with the quickness. So yeah, but I did buy the M-Wave version because it was OT7 signed. I had to snatch it. And then we have the I think it's the Woo version of Sungwoo's first solo album, Fame. I chose this one because the skin, but I did see the purple one is really pretty. And then we have my IZ*ONE collection. So IZ*ONE, I kind of like buying all the versions of their stuff. So that's what we've been doing. So we have all 3 versions of Bloom Eyes, one of my favorite albums of this year. It is incredible. Okay. And then we have all 3 versions of their One Rick Diary albums. Really good. Super pretty. Here we go. So for version 1, we got Nako. That's my bias. I was super happy. Then we have version 2, we got Hitomi. Also really happy because I don't have a lot of Hitomi photo cards. So I was excited. And then we got Sakura for version 3. So I got all the Japanese members, which is iconic. And then this year for our gift exchange between me and Jade, she bought me Golden Child's Pump It Up. So this is super exciting because this makes it my 3rd Golden Child album. And then we have Woodz' Equal. Both versions. I've decided I'm not buying both versions of him anymore. Not that I don't like him as much. I just, money has to be put into other things. But we have Whoops, which was a Christmas gift from my sister. And then we have Ateez. So for Ateez, we have their Treasure, Epilogue, Action to Answer albums. And love it. They went back to the packaging we all know. And then they switched up the packaging for Zero Fever Part 1. And they gave us 3 versions. And I love Ateez, so I bought all 3 versions, just like a bunch of my other friends did. And then we move on to day 6. So for day 6, they released The Book of Us, The Demon. Day 6 moving forward is a group where I buy all the versions for their albums because pretty much they are one of my favorite groups. After Infinite 17, EXO, and New East and Astro, it's day 6. And then we have their Even of Day Book of Us Glue On, the subunit. And then we move on to Gfriend, who after Red Velvet, Twice, and IZ*ONE is my other favorite girl group. So we have their Labyrinth album and their Song of Sirens album. And I am definitely getting Walpurgis Night soon. Whenever I buy my next albums, which will be sometime deeper into January when I buy Victon. And I will be buying Walpurgis Night. And then we have Pentagon. So they finally dropped their first full-length album, long overdue. Universe, The Black Hole, both versions. Pentagon is another group where I have to get all the versions. Yeah. It's a little insanity. And then we have their 10th mini album with both versions. This was very interesting for Pentagon because this is the first album of theirs where there's multiple versions, but they're different packagings. So Universe Black Hole was the first album of Pentagon's. There was 2 versions, but they were like these two are very different. And then we have the start of my ultimate favorite boy groups. Yeah. So we have New East, and they had one album this year, The Nocturne. And obviously, because it's New East, I bought all 4 versions. And then I bought a copy off of M-Wave because I hadn't bought a New East M-Wave album since Who You, I think. But we got Becko's signature by Random. And he also has a very distinct signature. So we live, we love. And now we're going to move on to the last bit of albums. Last stack of albums, and we are done. So we're starting with Astro, and we have their special single album, One and Only. I'm pretty sure this was for their 4th year anniversary. Yeah, I think that's what this was. I don't remember. And then we have their Gateway albums. So obviously both copies. It's Astro. You know, one of my ultimate biases is in Astro. So yes. And then we have Moonbin and Sana's In and Out albums. And yes, these are huge, and I think they're so beautiful. I love it. The photos in those are perfection. And then we move on to the EXO. So there was no group EXO albums, duh, but there was solos and subunits. So what we do have, since K-Town for You still hasn't shipped out my freaking Kai albums, we have Suho's first mini album, Self Portrait. I really liked this. It was everything I wanted and then some. So, Suho, beautiful covers. And then we have the 3 versions of 1 Billion Views by EXO CS. Really good as well. This is their first full-length album. It's only 8 songs and then an instrumental, so can it really be considered a full-length album? But it's still an amazing body of music. And then we have all 4 of Victon's Delight albums. So, gorgeous, flawless, beautiful, and perfection. So, I really love that album. I won't be buying all the versions of Baekhyun's Japanese release, though, because I don't really collect EXO Japanese music. There's only one group that I collect their Japanese music for that I'm deciding to do religiously. And we're now on to that last, final group. This is the group that that I spent the most money on. It is 17. After the 17 concert, I realized they're not my number 2 favorite group. They actually are a number 1. So it's EXO and 17 as my favorite boy groups, and Infinite. Infinite didn't release any music, and I still haven't bought Kim Seung-gi's albums, so we're a little behind with Infinite. Well, you know. Oops, but we'll get there. But first off, starting the list of the huge money purchases from 17, not including the concert. We have the concert DVD, Ode to You. It's beautiful. It's everything. And then I am buying their Japanese music, and we have a ways to go because there's still a few gaps. We don't have any of the We Made You albums, and we only have the Carrot version of Happy Ending. So we're going to work on that slowly this year. But 2020, we kind of did some work. Because here we have the regular version of Fallen Flower, version A of Fallen Flower, version B of Fallen Flower, version C of Fallen Flower, and 2 copies of the Carrot version of Fallen Flower. Japanese 17 concepts are so pretty. They're so gorgeous. And then I did a group order for 24 hours. And we have the regular version of 24 hours, version A of 24 hours, version B of 24 hours, version C of 24 hours, and then we have the carrot version of 24 hours. So that is just the Japanese releases for 17 that I bought this year. Now let's move on to the Korean releases, which really prove how trashy I am, because this album in particular proved how trashy I was. So we have 2 M-Wave copies of Hangare. I got the ribbons idea from 17, but I did my own little twist on them. So I got Jungwon and I got the 8th signature. Then, oh my, yes. We have 4 more copies of Hangare. This is a full set. I did a group order, and I joined a group order, and that's where I got those. And then we have 4 more copies of Hangare, and these were the 4 I bought off of K-Town for You. So, all in all, that comeback, while the packaging is atrocious, I bought 10 copies of the album. I've never, ever in my life bought in 2 full sets of anybody's comeback. Never. That was like 4 albums a piece, because I'm just looking at Wonho, because I and Treasure, okay, but 4 versions, not 2 versions, 4 versions, and I bought 4 versions 2 times over, and then 2 extra copies. I've never done that before. That is honestly one of the most trashiest things I ever did, and I don't have any freaking regrets. And then we scaled all the way down, because we have DK's copy of Semicolon. This was my randomized copy off of K-Town for You. And then we have my Joshua's cover of Semicolon. And this was from my group order, and it was magnificent. And Joshua is beautiful. All right, so that marks the end of my extremely long, rambling-filled video of my purchases of 2020. We already bought 1 album set for 2021, and it's Treasure, because Treasure is coming back. Okay, and you guys, I mentioned it when I talked about Astro, when I said one of my ultimate biases is in Astro. So this is like a big announcement. Well, not really, because it's being tacked on to the end of this video, but we're gonna make it really quick. But baby, Unwoo Cha Eun-woo Lee Dong-min, this beautiful man, I've decided, and it's been a long time coming, that Unwoo is up there in the list, in the tier, in the hierarchy, in the love of my life with Myeongsu. I thought forever that nobody would be able to reach Myeongsu's level of ultimate bias status. Well, this year it proved different, and I broke all of my rules where I said I would only have 1 ultimate bias for the rest of my life. And now Unwoo and Myeongsu, they sit together on even playing fields, even levels, penthouse. Unwoo, he did the damn thing. So I have 2 male ultimate biases, and I am living with it, and I'm okay with it, and we love it, and it makes us happy. So yes. Also, because Myeongsu doesn't really seem to want to do anything more with music, so he's more of an actor now. So I have to have somebody in K-pop that's still making music. But yeah, so Unwoo is my new ultimate male bias with Myeongsu, and I love him. So, oh my goodness, this video is long enough. So I'll see you on the next one. If you made it through the end of this, I don't know, like, you could obviously just have put this on in the background and just listen to me, blah, 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 blah. So, like, hashtag crying for your wallet. Hashtag crying for your wallet. If you made it to the end of this video, hashtag crying for your wallet. Because while I'm not crying for my wallet, I mean, I should be, but I'm not. I'm sitting fine. It was a lot of purchases this year. Oh well. On to the next, on to 2021. And honestly, I keep debating whether or not I just drop it all for my favorites. But then I'm like, no. I can't do that. Well, that's a different video for a different day. I'll see you later. Hashtag crying for my wallets. Okay, crying for your wallets. Okay, bye.